Welcome back to Seat Time. We're here at Zink Ranch for the next National Enduro. I don't even know what round it is. We've just been riding dirt bikes all year having fun. But this behind me, that's a gas trailer. And for those of you who have no idea what that is, that's where you put your gas can and they take it far away. Today for this National, when we leave here, we do not come back until we are finished. So what do? Well, you use a utility can caddy and you get yourself prepared. Let's see what I've got ready. So it's got 3 nice pockets, right? And in here, I've got extra food. So in this way, I've got an active squeeze, I've got some more gels, I got myself an orange. So all the little accoutrements to keep myself fed on that end, right? Over here, we got, you need some chain lube, might need some duct tape, some extra parts. Go in there, keep it super simple that way. And then of course, back here, extra water. So I've got an extra carb drink with some electrolytes. I've got my amino acids with some hydration going on there, some extra electrolytes. That is how I'm keeping myself organized AF for this event today. So we're gonna get to it. They did cut the test, so we're only gonna have 5 tests today. They're worried about the heat. I guess that's something, but here we are, we're gonna do the thing. Enjoy getting seat time. Let's go race this race. Woo! On your right, come on, man! I shared this to get y'all's perspective. Make sure you drop in the comments how you think. I know that in the long run, I overreacted, but I was getting pretty hot and heavy because of the fact that I had been hooting and hollering at this guy for quite a long time in the turns before this, and then he kind of cuts back over after it looks like he's gonna give me some space. I know I need to be more aggressive in the long run as the faster racer, but I still think that there's good discussion to be had about it. First 13 miles done. I think we're at mile 15, something like that. So we had about a 6-mile transfer in. Super pretty views once we got kind of in that open spot there. Super cool. Unfortunately, did see a couple guys down. That just sucked, man. The rocks are crazy. So we got a bunch of 7.5-mile tests. We got a 10-mile test and then something shorter in there too. So that first one though, first mile, 2 miles were nice and fun and flowy. Felt good. I mean, it was kind of tight and sandy. But then holy smokes, dude, once we got into the rocky section with all the roots, woo, buddy, man, the forearm blew up. I had to remind myself, stand up and pinch the bike. Stand up. I'm not gonna lie, it was tough because it was really weavy. And when it was getting really weavy and you hit rocks and bounce all over the place, it was really tough to stay kind of like on point, if you will, with form. So we got another 7.5-mile test. I'm expecting a lot more of the same, but I guess we're just gonna get out there and enjoy getting some seat time here at the Zink Ranch. Let's do it. Test 2 was another 7.5 miles, and I felt like it was a really fun, flowy test. So in the beginning, we were kind of in and out of the trees, and you can see here that it had a nice weavy flow to it, but it wasn't too tight. Later on, though, you'll see some more sections where it did get a little bit more tight. It's interesting because I didn't feel like I was attacking any different in this test, but I actually had my best result of the day from this test. So something happened. I believe that I was getting by lappers just a little bit easier, and honestly, I think watching back the footage, I was attacking just a little bit more. Let's be honest, anytime you see a motorcycle pointed back at you, even if it is on the side of the trail and they do have a sweeper vest on, it takes your attention away. So just remember, if you are a sweep rider, that when you're doing that creeping by the side of the trail, it can freak a rider out. I do think one of the most performant products that I've put on recently is the arc levers. For a long time, I did have those Midwest mountain levers on, and I switched to the traditional arc levers. And now that I have them in a great place for me, I am using my clutch and my brake much more aggressively. When you get to a point that you're behind and your pee is yellow or starting to get darker, you're typically not going to be able to catch up. So you need to make sure that you're really doing a diligent job staying on top of it. So that's what I've been trying to do. Ever since I noticed, I was like, oh crap, I was like, my pee is just getting darker and darker and darker. I'm like, okay, like I have got to make sure that when I drink more than I think I need to, just to try to keep my body going. My pee hasn't got, as it's gotten darker, it hasn't gotten darker the past 2 tests. But you know, we're just doing the thing. That last test too, that 10-mile test, we got about we had about 8.5, 9 miles in. I'd say we were about 3 miles from the finish, and my legs were like, hey buddy, like you've been using us a lot, like can you stop? And I was like, no, we have 3 more miles. I really had to go. There's a guy on 46 that did catch me. I think it was like in the A30 class or something like that. Totally cool. We had like a mile left. It is what it is, right? I could definitely tell that I was starting to lollygag a little bit and starting to lose my mental focus and attack less and stuff. But hey, it's all learning. It's all part of it. I'm just hoping that going into test 4 and 5, so 7.5 and then 9 miles, that I'm going to be able to keep myself from cramping and be able to attack throughout some of these last tests. I feel like I haven't done as great of a job as I should have done for the humidity and the heat going into today. So here we are, baby. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm definitely feeling it. I think the thing is that I'm attacking a lot more than I have in the past earlier on. And so I haven't figured out, again, just like what happened to me at Red Canyon, I think I was riding faster and more aggressive there than I had previously. And so I hadn't been eating enough nutritionally or hydrating enough. And I feel like that's what's also happening here. So one, I need to man up and just get more used to attacking and riding at this speed, get a little bit stronger, get a little bit more fit with the bike underneath me in that regard. I also need to know that it's like, okay, I need to eat more. I need to be more prepared for what is happening because of the fact that my body is needing more energy and probably more fitness for what is happening out here on the bike. For those who saw the shoulder picture in the recap on Instagram, here is me hitting that tree. Yes, it hurt, and it was way higher up on the shoulder, so it kind of jarred the entire body. As I was trying to get going again, I could feel how hard deep breathing was and how sore my ribs were. It was a strange feeling. Luckily, of course, it wasn't anything too serious, but it did suck to have it happen. In that 7.5 mile section, the same guy that caught me in test 3 caught me here at the 7.5. So it's a good chance he's gonna catch me again in this 9 mile section, but that's okay. He can pull me a little bit. He pushed me hard in that last mile, which was good. I needed it. Thanks for the push. We're getting ready to go into the last test. It's 9 miles. Whew. All right, last test. This was an unexpected joy in the middle of test 5. It was this cool trench run that we had for probably about a minute, and it reminded me of Star Wars and thinking about shooting the Death Star. So you guys just enjoy it and judge me accordingly in the comments. Thanks to this awesome comment from Jacob, I decided to do a little bit of digging on our urine color, so that way we could all get a little bit smarter from that. So it turns out that as your body realizes that not enough fluids are coming in, your kidneys are actually trying to conserve water. So the reason why your urine gets darker is because your kidneys are holding on to more of the water in your urine to then put it back into the body. So it is a good indicator that you are not consuming enough water. Use that, tell me how it works, enjoy the rest of test 5 because it was a good one. Somehow, Mason didn't catch me in test 5. I was riding more aggressive and I did feel really good with the way that I rode. What's crazy is my time would have put me 4th in Mason's class in A Open, but it put me 5th in the 40 plus A class. I'm telling you, it's inspiring how fast the dudes in the A age group classes are riding. The Zink Ranch Enduro doesn't happen every year, so when it does, make sure you add it to your calendar. It's a cool property with fun trails that attack you back as you try to attack them. Congrats to Josh Toth on his 2024 National Enduro title. And also, he won the day at Zink Ranch. It was cool to see him kick so much butt this year. I'm also loving all of the questions that I'm getting in the comments now. It's giving me a chance to dive into a lot more of the things that are up in my head. So if you got questions, make sure you ask away. And definitely, if you want to support these videos of me going to races and sharing my experience, please go buy a t-shirt from the Seat Time shop, or make sure you grab a Utility King caddy. All right. We don't get a chance to see you guys on the trail. We will definitely see you on the internet. Enjoy getting seat time, and we'll see you for the next one. Peace.